Hi everyone, it's Stace here from Stace Stitches, and I am here with my end of 2025 WIP parade. Just want to say hello to everyone who's returning and everyone who always pops along and comments on my video. It's very much appreciated, and hello to anyone new, because I know WIP parades is where a lot of people find new people. I have a cat who I've tried to film this 4 times, and he's very interested whenever I hit a record. So first off, to all the cat lovers out there, this is Keith. He will make a regular occurrence going back and forth because he is not interested until I'm trying to do something, and then he's got his own little fan club here, I think. So yes, as I said, this is my end of 2025 WIP parade, and it's quite, I don't know what happened this year. So I've got paper here with my stats, and I'll show you the patterns, what they might look like on my iPad. I haven't taken any photos to see how they've progressed through the year, because as it stands, I think I have like 22 WIPs here. 22. I only had 4 at the end of last year. 4. There is only 4 projects left that are pre this year. So something's happened this year. Something's happened. So the ones that were started prior to this year, I have got written down the start date and how many I've added this year. The rest are all what I've added this year, and then when I work on them this year, when I first time I get them out, I'm going to take a picture so I can compare it next year for you. But without further ado, let's have a look at the 4 projects I started this year with. So this is my oldest full coverage WIP. This is Mini Autumn, artwork by Alexandra V. Buck, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I am stitching this on 20 count, easy count Ada, with CXC floss. All of my projects, unless otherwise stated, are CXC. And this year I have added 11,171 stitches. This was started on the 5th of June 24. So I'm still quite a baby when it comes to full coverage. I'm a bit scared of big projects. I'm very scared of big projects. I start them and then go and change my mind. So here is Mini Autumn. So this year I added 11,171 stitches to her. She now has a total, I did tell you the cat was going to come back and forth, of 22,869 stitches on her, bringing it to 30.43%. And it's looking beautiful. For a mini, I love hay charting. I love the minis. I think you can get just a good amount of detail. Pretty cat detail from the minis. For me personally, I'd rather stitch 5 70k projects than one 350,000. God, I can't get my words out. So yep, that is Mini Autumn. I am unsure. I don't think I'm going to do the whole lot. This is the full pattern. Now, there's some partial pages down here, and I don't think I'm going to gain anything from having a bit of step. So I am probably going to stop at the bottom of her dress. So I am going to crop it. I've not changed anything on markup or anything yet, in case I change my mind. But that's how she's looking. So like I said, that is my oldest full coverage. I started her after I finished my first full coverage. I started and finished my first full coverage in 2024. I started that one, discovered Flosstube, made a lovely group of friends, and fell down a very large rabbit hole. And I'm not unhappy about it at all. I am very happy to be down this rabbit hole. So next we have A Beautiful Place, charted by Stitches So Beautiful, artwork by Edo Jose Rosa. This piece I started on the 2nd of July 2024. This year I've added 9,002 stitches to it. Total in it is 32,100, bringing it to a very round 30%. This is again on 20 count, easy count, Ada with CXC. It's a very long piece. And that is as far as I've got. I've not got as much progress as I would have liked on all my pieces this year. I got a bit bogged down. I had a bit lost my stitchy bug. And I set myself too many rigid plans. So I've not got as much progress as I'd like in all of my pieces, but that's 30%, that's looking really nice. And that is when sort of, I did have another one I was stitching at the time. I started Mini Autumn, which I have since UFO'd because I didn't like, I put it away in the naughty cupboard because it was a bit naughty and I wasn't liking how it's looking. And I've got all my other projects I put away back out. And that one I've not. I'm gonna frog. Reuse maybe. This is one that's made its way back out. This is Deathly Hollows. I started this on the 9th of August 2024. It is charted by Thread Geeks and the artwork is, I have no idea. I don't know. So this is on 20 count, easy count Ada, 1/1 full cross with CXC. And this year, it was away for a lot of the year. I've added 2,442 stitches. Total stitches in it is 18,662. And it's 32%. And I extreme cross countryed, there's not much extreme about it, all the black first. I've just got this bit to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the stitch with the least colours and do that one first, and then do the next one with the highest, and then the least and the highest. So that is Deathly Hollows. Like I said, it's not got as much progress. I just missed a few projects. Is this all CXC? This is all CXC. I just missed a few projects, so I got them back out. And the last project that came over from 2024 is Sunset at Hogsmeade. And I do apologise, I have not undone any of my zips. So if anyone is offended by the zips, I do apologise. So this is Sunset at Hogsmeade. I did put this away for the longest time. And I have realised I've made a bit of a boo-boo. I had this piece of fabric and another piece of fabric. And I've started it on the wrong fabric. I am just going to have enough by like 10 stitches on the outside. So next time I've got my sewing machine out, I'm going to serge fabric all the way around so I don't lose anything. But yes, I started on the wrong piece of fabric. This is what we get for excitement. This is Sunset at Hogsmeade, charted by Crescens Creative on Etsy. Ooh. And in 2025, it did go away. So in 2025, I've added 2,810 stitches. In total, it's got 9,524 added for 5.18%. And I got bored, obviously. So I've worked out, I'm really bad at not leaving a border anyway. That's enough for my nudge, but I've worked out when I finish, I will have like this, that will be my border, one hole on it, that's all my entire border. That's all I'll have because I just got excited, I seem. But that is how much I have added. The flowers do look stunning. And seeing other people's progress on this, like Dawn Marie is doing this, Leanne from Small Town Stitches is doing this, so Dawn's from DM's Crafty Vortex, who else is doing this? Ebony, in Stitches with Ebony. I think there's more, but I'm drawing a blank. I kept seeing their progress and they're in the top and I was like, I need to go up to that top, so it needs to come back out. And that is again on 20 count with CXC, and that one's actually kitted up separately. I have got the rails for the rest of my projects. I stitched from a master set. Okay, and then over to this year's. I have not wrote these in order. I am just gonna grab and go from my box, but I have wrote notes down. So I don't know if you can see. So down here, that's my box of projects. I did just have a much smaller box and I've had to upgrade to a bigger one. So let's just dive right in. And I have got one more project I am starting tomorrow, which is the hate cell, which I'll discuss after. So I'm just gonna grab and go. This is Mini Witchwood Express, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Lisa Parker. The chart was actually a gift from a lovely friend. She gifted me this one and I could not wait to start it. So this year I have added 4,024 stitches, bringing me to 5.9%. And I have finished a partial page here, and that is going to be the cat, I believe. I stitch colour by page, so eventually something appears. This is again on 20 count, 1/1, full cross with CXC. 20 count is my fave, I think, but I do like having a variety of different as well. So that is Mini Witchwood Express. I did start a lot this year. It's now I'm looking at it all, I can see. I can see how much I've started. I'm flicking back and forth on my paper down here. I feel very rude to keep looking down, but I've got notes. I've got so many notes. I feel like I've got a lot more projects than the last time I did this kind of update. So next up, I'm just grabbing randomly. I've not got a routine anymore. I am just stitching what I fancy when I fancy. I will track what I stitch throughout the year. I'd like to finish a couple. Not going to be moody if I don't. I just put too much pressure on myself during this year. I fell out of love with stitching, and now stitching on whatever I want, the love is back. Just that little side note there. You can see my buzz again every time we come back past. So this is Mini Central Park at full. Artwork by Thomas Kincaid, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Do you sense a theme? And this again, the chart was actually a gift from a friend. And I thought I'd try a different fabric on this one. This is the only project I have on this fabric. This is 28 count loop, even weave, easy count. And I'm doing this 1/110 because as it's a Kincaid, I don't mind if it has more white shining through. Hi Keepers, I know. So I've added 7,910 stitches to this, which is 9.47%, and I am not mad about the coverage at all. You see more white in the picture than you do till it. That's how I see it. Yeah. But you can see there's a skyline, there's some trees. I'm not mad about progress at all. And it's looking quite nice. This cat. Keithers. You can't, puppy. Let's just pop you out the way. There's a good boy. He's coming straight back. So yes, that is Mini Central Park at full. And like I said, this is my only project on 28. I have got smaller, I've got 25, I've got 20. I've not got anything like 20 is like the biggest fabric. I don't know how to put it. I wouldn't go for an 18, 16 unless it was like in a kit. I have kits, I've just not started them. But yeah, little side tangent then, I do apologise. So next we have this cat. I'm not re-filming it, buddy. You've been here too much. So next we have another Haid, another mini. This is the companion piece to the part I finished. If you've not seen what I finished, my first ever Flosstube, I have a Heaven and Earth Design finish. Little shameless plug for myself. So this is Mini Small Magnetic Cloud. It's a NASA image charted by Haid. And this one I am doing on 25 count, 2/110. What corner am I in? 25, 2/110. I've added 991 stitches. I'm parking on the diagonal. I think next time I will probably work in those parked and just do by page like I normally do. So 991 for 1.59%. Small start there, and this is quite a nice little small piece. Not small by most people's standards, but small by full coverage standards. So there's that one. I did get a lot more of these little things I write on them for Christmas, which I am very grateful about. Let's see if I got this last. It's just, I'm just lucky dipping now. There is no rhyme or reason. Like I said, these are all just started this year. Just bringing them out as they come up. This is Mini Chroma. This I started just because I like the colours. Artwork by Margaret Morales. Yes. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I am stitching this on 32 count. 1/110 with a knot. I will sort that next time I go to it. With CXC. I've added 3,198, bringing me to 4.60%. And that is as far as I've got. The coverage on 32 count is fab. And I'm getting a lot better with 32 count this time around. I tried before, but I went from 20 count Ada to 32 count. My eyes didn't like it. I had no idea where I was going. This time I had 25 and 28 first. Didn't feel like a step. That one's going okay. I do feel like I'm powering through this and chatting absolute rubbish and gibberish. So I do apologise. Next, we have Mini Gardener's Paradise, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Donna Gelsinger. And this I started because a few of my friends, I think Leanne's stitching it, Ebony, maybe Alicia, so Adventures of Stitching and Stitches with Ebony, Small Town Stitches. There's a lot of people doing it, and I had FOMO, so I started. On 20 count, 1/1 full cross, and I added 2,788, bringing me to 3.57%. I'm not editing until starting again. Sorry about that, guys, if I've just scared you there. The cat knocked everything over. Yes, 3.57%. Mini Gardener's Paradise. And I do apologise. Like I said, I have tried to film this a few times. And that's actually the least of the troubles he's given me. So I'm just going to leave that. Next, moving swiftly on. This one has not had a lot of work, and I am going to change that this year. This is Wolf. This is charted by Pain-Free Crafts. It's my only Pain-Free Crafts. Is it Pain-Free Crafts? Yes. And it's artwork by Heather Edwards. I am not stitching the white background. And I started in the middle, which is the nose. And I've not started in the middle for a long time, so I was getting a bit confused, but I found a bit of a rhythm in the end. This is on 25 count dyed even weave. I've just found a needle. Okay. So this is the colour of the even weave, and I've added 568 stitches for 0.81%, but of course it will go up a lot higher than that because I am not stitching all of that background. It's 1/1 full cross, and I will get a lot more done this year. It doesn't have many colours, so what I am going to do is stitch the colour with the most first, extreme cross country it, and then work by page from there once I've got that basis to work on, because having too much, I get decision blindness. I don't know where to go. I don't know which direction to stitch in. My brain just doesn't quite compute starting in the middle anymore. Next, yeah, I started a lot this year. Yeah, God, you've got real unfiltered, everything's a mess Stacey today, so I do apologise. This is Mini Sea Opal, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Elizabeth Welker. Yes. And this for a mini, I've got to say, 102,000 stitches for a mini. It's sizable. So I have added 3,081 stitches this year, bringing me to 2.92%. This is 25 count, 1/1 full cross, and that is a partial page. Bring it in. The blues are lush. I love the blues. Yeah. That will get more progress this year when I feel like working on blue. That's what I'll go for. Just when I feel like it, out it'll come. Next, this one, I was hoping to get a page finished this year, but I didn't quite manage it. But I'm not going to beat myself up. We get there when we get there, and it has disappeared. No, it hasn't. This is chaotic. I do apologise. That's like my stitching life, just chaos. This is Mini House of Tranquility, artwork by Yuri Crushed, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So many hates. I started this with ebony on the first day of spring in stitches of ebony. Love the cherry blossoms there, and I added 3,769 stitches, bringing me to 6.06%. I was in the sky, thought, undo that tree. So I started the tree. And this is on 20 count, 1/1 full cross. Yeah, that's how far I got on that one. I do think I definitely have a lot more 20 count than anything else, that is for sure. Oh, sugar. Next up, this is my biggest project, I think. At the rate I'm going, it's going to take me about 30 years. But we move. This is Daydream Foxes, artwork by Sheena Pike, charted by Charting Creations. This year I added 5,745 stitches, bringing me to 3.45%, and I finished a page. Just realised I can pause. My daughter's home, so yeah, this is how far I got on Daydream Foxes. This pattern has 36 pages, so if I do a page a year, I'll be finished in 36 years. Oh, I'm giggling. So yeah, that is Daydream Foxes. My daughter's just going back to her room. Next up, I've got quite a pile down here now. I think I gave you all the details on that one I needed to today. I hope so. It's on 25 count. Yeah, I think I did. I think I covered all bases. Next we have Mini Sunflower Cottage, artwork by Donna Gelsinger, charted by, you guessed it, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is again, I think, Jess from Stitching Colours has this, and Leanne from Small Down Stitches, and I'm pretty sure there's somebody else as well, and theirs all looked so nice, and I got the FOMO, so I got myself a piece of 20 count, and I started it. I added 5,780 stitches, bringing me to 10.26%. Nearly got that page. I was a bit shocked when I had sort of a bit of red down here. I was doing the blue and I was like, why is there red? So I stopped at the little heart. So yeah, started that one. They'll all get done eventually, and I don't know where I'm going to put them because I do not have enough wall space. Definitely do not have enough wall space. Right, next. This has been chaotic. I do apologise, everybody. Little glimpse in my brain. So a while ago I started my first full-size Haid colouring book afternoon, chart artwork by Amy Stewart, and I never wanted to work on it. The size just intimidated me, so I started the mini. So this is mini colouring book afternoon. Again, artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's only a little start because I've only recently started this one. This is on a piece of 25 count. Actually, I cut up the piece of 25 count the large one was originally on. So it's on the same fabric. And I added 1,491 stitches. That's the top, bringing me to 1.98%. And immediately I feel happier. The other one was in the bottom corner, I'm in the top this time, but I just feel like this is achievable. I'd like to do this this is for my daughter. And I knew a full-size Haid, if I was doing a partial page in a year, it was going to take me 50 years, and she's probably not going to like colouring when she's 60. So, the mini for her. There we are. Oh. So yeah, that one's a little start there. I do have a stamped. This is not technically. I had another stamped one, and I had a spillage with a coffee while I was working, and it didn't have a pattern, and I lost everything. And this is another one that I was gifted a few years ago before I knew the rights and wrongs of copyright. I have since bought the legitimate kit this is a copy of. Probably not going to stitch it because I'm doing this one, but at least I bought it to support the artist. It's my Santa. It's my Santa. I do it in my idle time at work. So that is, I've learnt my lesson. Stamped is in a bag. But that is not listed in my WIP list. It's just if I'm working and idle. Oh, that's another new start. I'll leave those ones till last. This is my fabric for my Heaven and Earth Design sale. I am starting this one as soon as I finish this video. It is the 30th of December today. I was away for a few days when we all got the pages, so I haven't been able to put it on markup until today. And I don't know what came over me. I was supposed to have a new start tomorrow with some friends, and I convinced myself it was New Year's Eve today, so I've started it already. Little side note there, I do apologise, little tangent there. This is my piece with the most progress total. This is going to be a finish this year. This is Australian Landscape at Sunset. This is charted by Artisy. It is one of their free patterns on their Facebook group. And this year alone, the only year I've been doing it, I've added 30,985 stitches, bringing me to 61.48%. And this is going to be a finish this year. I will make sure of it. It is looking stunning. Yeah, that one is on 20 count. 1/1 full cross. I'm like a broken record with my 20 counts. And that one again is charted. So if I go like to my parents, I take it with me. Charted? No, that's kitted. I do take that one with me when I go places. Okay, we're nearly there. I can assure you we are nearly there. So including my stamped one. Yeah, I think we've got more than 22 WIPs now. What's this one? I don't know. My brain's gone. So this is Sunflower Inn. This is charted by Artisy. And the artwork is Thomas Wood, a painting by Thomas Wood. And this is, again, other people were starting it and I had FOMO. And I love sunflowers. Anything flowers and floral, I love. So I started this on a piece of 20 count, 1/1 full cross. And I've added 5,845 stitches, bringing me to 7.40%. This is nearly 2 pages. Obviously I've not filled in the sunflower, I've left that so the next time that I do stitch it I can have a page finish. It's been nice to future me. So this is so pretty. I find it really hard to put this one away, but I know if I keep working on this all the time I'll get sick of it. I know I won't do and stitch what I want when I want, but within reason. If I know it's going to make me burn out and stop stitching for a couple of weeks, then I'll put it away. That is Sunflower Inn. I'm going to get the last couple out here because they're all falling over in there. Okay, next up we have Visit Hogsmeade, which is a chart from Country Magic Stitch. I have finished one of the companion pieces, Visit Diagon Alley. Markup is loading very slowly. So I worked out last time, the picture on markup doesn't show the full piece. So this is Visit Hogsmeade. It is small as far as full coverage goes. So I finished Visit Diagon Alley. I have Visit Hogwarts and the Hogwarts Express. I have the charts. So this is Visit Hogsmeade. That is as wide as it is. This year I've added 4,758 stitches, bring me to 21.12%. And this is 25 count antique white, or I don't know, off-white by DMC. It's DMC fabric. That is how far I have got on that one, and that is a mix of CXC and a couple of DMCs. Because I was 2 colours short, so I went and got them from my local LS. Next up, we have a broken bag, apparently, I can't get into. Hello, can you let me in? Okay, I'm in. God, this has been, anybody new, I'm not normally this chaotic, I promise. Next up, we have Crossyword. This is currently my only non-full coverage. Yes, I am very much a full coverage stitcher. This is Crossword by Long Dog Samplers. I'm doing this on 25 count antique white from Zweigart with hand-dyed threads from Oliver Twists that I got on Etsy in colourway 019. That never shows the colours on camera. I've just got used to that now. There we are. That's how far I've got. I know the amount I've added is 100% correct. My percentage, I'm not sure because it went into markup weird. But I've added 6,868, possible 27.39% complete, average about. Kind of see the colours this time. It's just like bluey, purpley, brown, bit of orange, bit of pink. So that is my only non-full coverage. I'd like to finish that this year. Just because I'd like to doesn't mean it's going to happen. And then just recently I've had Well, one was a planned new start. Let's go for that one. Whenever I find my paperwork with it. I have looked down a lot this video. I do apologise. Okay, so I realised I didn't have a Christmas full coverage. So me and my friend was here visiting, she stitches as well. We were having a look on the Artisy website, just having a little browse. And I found this one. I thought, that looks really familiar. Yeah, I already had the pattern. It's a free pattern from Artisy called Christmas Fireplace. And it's artwork by Tarina, so it is all Artisy. So I started it because I had a spare piece of fabric. So I started, and I did not realise I've got the large chart. So it's got way smaller pages, but so many more. I started it on 25 count, and that big black out, that is a page. I think I'm gonna like, it's like just under 2,000 stitches per page. I'm like, oh, yeah. So this is Christmas Fireplace from Artisy. I've added 1,399 stitches, bringing me to 1.95%. There's currently not a lot to see, but it'll get there, as they all do. And then last but by no means least, this was supposed to be my New Year's Eve start, but my brain wasn't braining. A few of my friends I've mentioned, like Leanne and I think Stephanie, Adventures of Stitching maybe, Alicia. A few people are starting like a harbour scene for New Year's Eve, and I liked it, but it was really dark. Now, I've had this one for a while. This is Hidden Harbour from Andy Russell, and this is bright and colourful, and so when they're all starting there tomorrow, I'm a day early, harbour patterns, I've gone for the bright and cheerful harbour pattern. So I'm joining in with the start, but not quite the same piece. So I've started this one today, and I've been on a right roll with it, I tell ya. This is on 25 count, 1/1 full cross, and I've added 1,101 stitches, bringing me to 0.81%. This is not a mini, this is a full-size Haid, but it's a small Haid. It's 135,150 stitches total. It's not a very large pattern. Well, it's not large enough to intimidate me. So there we are. There is Hidden Harbour. That is my start. And that can now go away. And I will be starting this afternoon, shortly. We're nearly evening already. I will be starting my Haid cell. And I have gone for, I can show you because I've got the pattern, Mirrors of Venus. It's very different to anything else I have. But there's something about it that's just so beautiful. I was like, that's the one. So that I will be starting on a piece of 32 count, 1/1/10. That will be started shortly. And then for 2026, a little bit of plans here. I will be working through everything I've got here, and I will not be starting any full coverage, any new starts in 2026, apart from I got a lovely Bothy Threads kit for Christmas. That will be my one and only exception. Foxes are my favourite animal. So I will start this at some point through the year. But that is it. That is all of my projects, all of my progress. I think I've done quite well this year. I've done really well at starting new things. So yeah, that is everything I have. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for joining me for this, and I will be back probably in around a month. I'm going to see if I can do sort of monthly catch-ups this year and stick with it. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you all have a fantastic stitchy year. See you soon. Bye.